little bit. We're going live. We're here. Hi, but it's okay. It's actually like a. Did you just lick your thumb to clean your? Let's do it. Yeah, we're live and we're just showing up. And I watched one of our videos the other day, and I think that my volume or something on my computer is really loud. So I don't know if I'm too loud to the people watching, but as always, I'm excited. I'm excited to see my girlfriends, and Grandma Renee's supposed to be jumping on, and Gail Whitlow's traveling all over the place as usual. And if I could have 50 people here, I would right now, just to kind of catch up and say hi. But I have two amazing women with me right now, Sherry Sayville and Tammy Webster. And it was just like, hey, let's just jump on and talk about like what we just all went through in 2020. And we're not going to spend a lot of time on that. But let's just say hi to everyone here. I'm Jody. I'll just say, y'all know me. If you didn't recognize me with my straight hair, I was just telling the girls I had the kids cut it. I had COVID. But anyway, really nice to see Sherry and her cool glasses.
Hi. Yeah. Hello, everyone. We're so excited to be together and just to kind of recap of all the things that we've done over the course of the year, and even really just a half a year. All the amazing stuff that we've done, the partnerships that we've built, like it's just been absolutely amazing. But Tammy, you take it away as far as introducing yourself and.
I'm gonna put on some live, but enough. There we go. Nice to join you guys.
Hi, Mom. My mom just said hi, you three beautiful women.
Yeah, my name is Tammy Webster. I'm an Algonquin from Kigon ZB. Aside from the Michelle Latimer issues, yes, I am legit from KZ. They will claim me. When all this went down, I was joking with my cousins. I'm like, yeah, don't be putting me under the bus now, you guys. Make sure you claim me. So that's where I am from. I met these wonderful ladies through, I guess, our work we do at the school boards and all that sort of stuff. And yeah, and again, like you kind of said, Sherry, it's about the networks and the things that have gone on, all that wonderful stuff. And I guess that's what we're here to chat about today. As I guess I kind of see this as sometimes, what we do, right? We get together, we talk, we connect, we build relationships. And that's the beauty of what this is. So that's it for me. Keep going.
I have nothing planned. Really, this is just pure. I actually just really got out of bed not too long ago. I was like, I am sleeping in today. It's raining. And Sherry and I were just kind of catching up yesterday. And she's like, do you have something planned for tomorrow? And I said, no, I was going to replay. But, it is really important to sometimes to just, look at what we've accomplished, all of the things that have happened, and we lost a lot last year. People lost people, and there's just so much that happened with COVID. But then there's always that resilience piece, right? And how did we make it through? How did we make it to the end of 2020, right? So but anyway, I don't know, Sherry, you're the one that kind of came up with this, so why don't you start? Because I started looking back at the past, I started crying because there were some things that happened, and I got all emotional and stuff. And so why don't you start it up?
No, for sure. Thank you, Jody. And it certainly has been, even though that we've had COVID, that has been for the forefront of everybody's mind, an awful lot of wonderful, exciting things have happened in our community. To really set us in a place to kind of pause. But also, how are we going to move forward? How are we as a community, as Grandmother's Voice, as school boards, going to move forward and to make sure that we have that level of engagement all the time? And so so I'm so glad that, in a sense, that COVID did happen, that it was a time for a pause. And this is a time that we're never, ever going to get back again, right? And so I look at that as a blessing. I also look at it as it was a wonderful time to bring all of our elders together to train on virtual platforms. We would never have that time again, right? And then to get them to troubleshoot and to really think outside the box has really, really touched my heart so deeply with our elders. And you're talking about resilience here, Jody. And it has been just such a wonderful, wonderful experience. And then our partnership that we've developed with all of our school boards, not all of them, but the Southern Ontario school boards, and Tammy Webster is one of them, where we end up wanting to come together to support each other. How can we support each other during this not only crisis, but how can we support each other as leads in our board, to hold each other up, and to find our own way in our own community, in a sense, right? And so we did our fantastic event. June 21st was the very first time that we ever went live, for the very first live event, with Grandmother's Voice and the Halton Catholic District School Board and our 6 other school boards. And that was fantastic. And the engagement that came with that, and the people right across the country that joined us, I was touched beyond words. And it was so much fun partnering up with all 3 of you, all 2 of you, and all 2 of you, I have to say. And to do all that fun stuff. And it doesn't seem like work when you know that you're doing the right thing. We know that we are engaging in our community. We know that we have so many people that really challenge us, but also want to support us. And so that is hands down one of the best things that have happened, as well as our missing and murdered Indigenous women and girls. We really pulled that off in such a honorable and timely way. And again, it wouldn't have been able to happen without the community support that we have in our community. People like Crawford Lake were able to hold a ceremony and gather our women to be able to talk about some of these really important topics, but also to be able to get the community in Halton to engage in what they should be doing, which is claiming one of those calls for justice, the 231 calls for justice, and having our community members tie ribbons around the white pine trees, which was so important. And it really touched our hearts too, to know that visual reminder, all the work that we've done has not gone, on the wayside, right? And then to continue having these discussions, like we started doing the Speak Up and Power at the beginning of this year as well. Mm-hmm. And so it's really all these wonderful things that have happened despite COVID. Yes, and we're locked down, and we're holding down the fort in all of our own homes. But it's been such a wonderful experience. And so that's what my takeaway is from COVID, but from this pandemic has been just, it's time for self-care, to get up when you feel like getting up. We're not supposed to have we're not supposed to have the 9 to 5, right? To get up when we get up and do the work that is meant to get done, and finish the day off in a good way.
Yeah. Go ahead, Tammy. Tell us what for you. I want to hear.
I know. It's always like, what is she gonna say?
I talk too much. No.
Yeah, I know. I'm with you, Sherry, and maybe that's kind of why we always connecting at some point, right, with Jody and all that is when COVID, I remember kind of reaching out with the elders as well, and and hearing their thoughts on it, because you get bombarded by the negativity, right? You get bombarded by the crisis. And it's not that I want to negate any of that or dismiss any of that, but I guess my views on it was like, it's about friggin' time we are forced to be quiet, right? Because we spent so much time just going. And even though we say, oh, mental health, self-care, right? Well, you can't sustain self-care when it's only an hour here, hour there, right? Mm-hmm. So what this has done is this has really pushed people to say, okay, you know what? I need to sustain and have a long-term self-care plan, mm-hmm. right? And this is what this has kind of done. Like, I see these as opportunities, really. Like for me personally, I think I'm a better parent, because now I'm not trying to rush my kid out the door saying, go to school. I'm like, yeah, you know what? Just make sure you got on some boxers, dude, and a clean t-shirt for your video call, right? But I think that's the beauty of this, I guess, the COVID, right? Is it really, I guess, allowed folks to kind of be who they want to be. I've gotten more done at home because I'm not having to drive to meeting to meeting to meeting to meeting, right? And while there's some really long days, like you do get Zoom fatigue, I like the fact that I don't have to drive home for another half hour to get home. It's like, you know what, I'm done, close that laptop up, turn off my electronics, and I'm done. So I really enjoyed that part.
Sorry, I'm yelling at my family. You caught me, everyone. I thought I took myself off the microphone. I was letting Renee in and yelling at my family to turn the microwave off. Sorry about that.
But that's an example, right? That's awesome. But that's a perfect example of how we're able to do, I don't want to say do more, because we do so much as it is, we forget, but how do we balance it a little better? And like I said, so I felt like I was a much better parent. I actually feel wonderful. So I avoid the media because I think if you get caught up in that constant barrage of negativity, you know, people are like, oh, this is a crisis. This is a crisis. Like for me, I get it. It is, by all means, for some folks. And maybe that's just my outlook on life, is to say, you know what? This was just my little hello, pay attention here kind of comment to say it is okay to slow down and to take the time. And while there's a lot of people out there who might not agree because they want you cranking out 80 hours of schoolwork a day or a week or whatever, that it's okay to say, no, I'm done. Yeah. And there's now a lot more room for people to be done. There's a lot more acceptance to say, yeah, I'm done. I've tapped out. And I think that's a wonderful shift to see. Because yeah, like it's gray, it's rainy, it's kind of miserable, but at the end of the day, you know what? We didn't have to go anywhere. We didn't have to do anything. You didn't have to drive. You didn't have to worry about canceling meetings and whatever excuse it was. You know what? I got up, I had some coffee, still eating leftover turkey. I think I'm done finally. You know, we have a huge pot of cedar tea that is sitting in the fridge that we've been sipping on. Yeah, so I don't know. I could do for another year of this. Shouldn't say that. Right? But people need to get the message that it's okay, because an hour of self-care, that's just a Band-Aid. And what we need to get to the root of really what is causing this chaos and these crisis moments, right? And so that's my take on it. Like I said, I could happily, we're already 8 months in. Like I know. You think about it, it's already 8 months. Like we're looking at a year. I'm like, you know, give me another 6 months. Give me another year. Anyways, well, that's me.
Yeah, thank you, Tammy. You know what? It's so good. Like I don't think that I have to recap anything right now, because Sherry said a lot of what I experienced with her, and it was really great. We to do the events and really get to know, support our elders and our Indigenous community, and then our families, and also get to know people better. And yeah, everything that you said, Tammy, I totally appreciate that. I had an amazing conversation with Gail, grandmother Gail, this morning, just before I jumped on with you guys. Hi, grandmother Renee. Peggy is just sent a message through and said, you can see the family resemblance between Jody and grandmother Renee. I heard that before. I've heard that before. Remember the one picture we had taken when I came out for the barbecue and I met everybody, and I have a picture of you, and even my mom was like, oh my gosh, you look alike. So that's wonderful, because you're gorgeous and I'll be gorgeous. I'm okay with that.
Tell your kids to stop cutting your hair there, Jody, and grow it out.
I'm trying. I'm catching up. I'm getting there. But thank you. You know what, before we move on to, let Grandma Renee kind of take over. I wanted to acknowledge something about a few things 2020 that just came up, and it's just like me, just to share my, I guess, who I am. When I was remembering 2020, there was like a couple of people, famous people that passed away, and I don't really, pay much attention to that, but Chadwick Boseman, I was devastated for days when he passed away. He was the Black Panther, and I don't know what it was about him. I just felt like there was just some greatness in there. So that just kind of stuck with me this morning. And then there was a couple of, famous people like Eddie Van Halen and other people that passed away. That was like this huge part of my past, that brought me to where I am today. My husband, you're right, Tammy. Like, I feel like I'm a better mom. Like, they're telling me, like, you're not, you're not as snappy or whatever. And they used to call me hypocrites because I'm like, I love being in the grandmother's energy, and I love my, my little ceremonies I do by myself on the land and connecting and finding that time for myself. But being with the grandmothers and being reminded about how valuable I am as a Jody to myself, the world, and my family is so important. So I'm so grateful that that was something that was very already prevalent in my life when this pandemic happened. And I felt like I've always been really in love. You guys know me and my relationship with my husband. He's really amazing, great supporter. Like, I fell in love with him all over again. He's just a really great human being and perfect dad for my family. And I really miss high heels. Like, I'm going to wear them this I just wear those. No, I don't. When we celebrate tomorrow night, it just, that kind of interaction and hugging all of you. I miss that stuff. And yeah, I don't know. For my mom, Alex Trebek, I know that was so devastating for her when he passed away. But it's the resilience now, right? It's now we're reminded of what we're capable of dealing with, and that we are built to be able to manage these kind of these issues in the world, and especially when we come together. And so, Grandmother Renee, I'm so happy that you're burning medicine for us, and you've come here to just kind of be with us in this last minute moment thing that we put together. I think if you would like to share something, I would love that. I don't know about you all. Hi, Kirsty. Peggy.
I brought the elders in, the ancestors in on this because it is a time of great change, and we forgot how to be human beings. And I think over this past year, we learned how to be grateful. And that was the most powerful gift that we were to receive in this time. And we were always told that to look at this gift. Well, I sure had to look at this gift. I had to learn how to be a techie grandma. I was a great grandmother. And thinking about frustration and worries. Oh, well, you see, we take it on with stride. We take it on with just like something new. We have to take that and say, I can do it. I can get through. And this is what we've forgotten, how we give up too easy. And we worry when we forgot how to include the spirituality. And I'm so grateful, just like I heard Tammy, about all these things that we've wanted to do, we're doing. We're able to do it. And it's a time of it's a powerful time. We've had pandemics, we've had epidemics in the past, and this is no different. We're not going through something our grandparents haven't gone through, and that's what makes us that resilient in us. This is why we're here today, because we had to take up that lesson in order to become who we are. And yes, we're going to get new things on our plate every day, new challenges. And if a great grandmother can pick it up, I can see why not you. And when I do this with my great grandchildren, yeah, they roll their eyes at me, but I'm always reminding them I'm the one that taught them how to tie their shoes. And so we're here together to share each other's knowledge, and I'm very happy to see this manifest, because my grandparents talked about the time when I would have to be very careful. They said, because you're going to be public when you're talking on a phone, so make sure you're dressed. So here I am. So they always had laughter. In every crisis, that's what Indigenous people were well known for, is that spirit to laugh. Oh, Oh, another one of those, okay. And then we laugh about it because, well, that's acceptance. When you can laugh, that's acceptance. Oh, I can get over it. It's just like climbing one big hill, getting to the top, then there's another hill. And that's what too many parents are saying, oh, they never want to show their children. They never want to show their children what they had to go through. Why not? Why not? We're supposed to show our children the bleak times and in those challenging times. That's what makes us resilient. If life was like this, our children would be, they, you know what? They like excitement, but they forgot how to take this on as an excitement. And every day is a gift. That's how we're to look at it. And this gift was to connect ourselves. You see, we came here to be spiritual people. And spiritual people is gratitude and learning how to say thank you every time. And I was telling my relative the other day, I said, this is almost like the time when the peacemaker had to come to us. Because I said, we all been given our original instruction. But after a while, we forget because we've been given so much. We've been given so much. And so in times like that, that's why we have to have these gifts, is to teach us how to be humble again. How to be humble. And those are the 7 grandfathers. And so humble means I'm human and I'm going to make mistakes. And so it also teaches me that if I made a mistake, I can learn from that and I can get back up on my feet and I can overcome. See, we need to teach our children that. We have forgotten how to teach our children to cry. This is why there's so much, they want to control, just like we want to control. We want to control the whole atmosphere. That's how we've been teaching our children to control. I want to control this headache, so I'll take a pill. I want to control, and so I'll take this. I want to control how I feel, so I take this. No, you're not supposed to. Look how the birds fly. Mm-hmm. And so we have to learn how to accept. The other day, I had the opportunity of revisiting a memory in my life a long time ago when I was a young teenager. When you're a teenager, you love those roller coasters, right? Well, we didn't have these ones like you have today, but we had a roller coaster. And at that time, we thought it was deadly because you would go up and then you come down. Oh, and that's how life is. And so I had my grandchildren, I had them by my side, and it's a visual aid, and you have it on and you experience this experience. And I said, well, I'm going to take the roller coaster. So I put that on and I said, stand beside me. And I was going, whoa, I was going up and down and whoa. And my great grandkids were laughing at me. And I said, this is how we're supposed to go in life. This is how life is. I said, we're going to have our ups and downs. But you know what? I hung on to you. And I said, you know what? I said, you got me through and I got you through. We didn't do it alone. I said, yeah, I screamed. Yeah, you laughed at me. I said, so this is how life really is. I said, Grandma's going to have, Doda's going to have good times and you're going to have good times, but we're also going to have challenging times. Mm-hmm. But when we hang on together, we'll get through it. And so that's that's the most important message, is that here is our hand. We're going to get through this. And we do it with laughter. We do it with stories. We do it with, remember when? How many of you heard that? Remember when? And it brings a smile on your face because you got through it. And that's the most powerful gift that you can say, remember when.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, remember when? You're so cute.
Yeah, I was cute.
I just love it. You are. I just, remember when? Okay, I'm just gonna go off that. Sorry, did you want to say something, Sherry? Because I kind of feel like I gotta go here for a second. Like, because Gail and I were talking just before we jumped on here, and we were talking about the remember when. And remember when, like when we met each other for the first time, and what our purpose is coming together, and all of this that we're creating. And she said exactly all of those things that you just kind of said, what we said in our conversation, that this is our purpose about everything that we're doing, no matter what it is Tammy doing in her school board and her community, and what Sherry does every day, even in her family, and what we do in our family. We're all doing the same thing, and we're doing it together. And so it's really about this time, I think, just reminding people that we do. I think this is wonderful that we have this opportunity to be able to jump online and connect and feel this. Because I just sitting here and being able to connect and feel this is just it's so wonderful.
You don't have to pick up the phone and wait for the party line to clear so you can make your call, right?
Right. Yeah. Right.
Remember when?
The party line.
Remember when? Right? My cousin used to be on all the time. We shared a party line with him, and it used to drive me nuts because he'd be on there for hours, like ordering his beer, getting rides, and I'm like, Keach, just get off the friggin' phone, But yeah, I was happy when we got rid of party lines.
Party line.
Yeah.
Aww. My mom says, Renee, you put it so beautifully. And Peggy says, together we are stronger. Together we overcome. Together we stand, fall, and get back up. What a wonderful message. So nice. I'm so happy. Okay, you want something to say, Sherry?
And we have some amazing things coming up in 2021. Absolutely amazing. We have a 6-week speaker series that's going to be launched in the middle of January. We also are, looking at the idea of having Ask an Elder on this platform here. So we have lots of things that are coming for our youth, for our women. And we're reaching right across the country, which is just absolutely wonderful with our partnerships that we have, with some new friends that want to be with us and be in this realm that we've created, and all the wonderful things that we're doing in our community of Halton, of engaging and educating our community, and letting people know who is doing the work in our community. It is a few people that is doing the work and has been doing the work for the last 10 years. But we're broadening that circle, and we're making that circle wider, and bringing more and more people in to help do the work, because there's a lot of work to do. When we're looking at even the 94 calls for action with the TRC, looking at re-educating people about what the true history of is with Indigenous perspectives, cultures, our society, our family structures, everything. So that takes an awful lot of work, but an awful lot of other people that can come along and help do the work in our community of Halton. So we're really thrilled that we've got, wonderful partners in Halton. And of course, none of this would be able to happen without our elders and our knowledge holders, our Indigenous intellects, the people that do our healing with us, the mental health piece, and all that healing that has to go along. And then now, because of COVID, we have the time. We have the time to heal. We have the time to go inside, to spend time with ourselves. Some of us don't like to spend time with ourselves, but to really go inside and spend time with ourselves and really look at who those two people are that's inside of you, right? And which one do you want to be, right? So all I can say is just thank you so much, ladies, for being here. It's been just so wonderful just to even recap and just being in the space with you, and knowing that we have all these ups and downs, but together we come through it on the other side. And one of our knowledge holders had also said to us, he's not going to fear this virus, but he's going to respect it. And I think that's what I've taken away with this from the whole time, is that I'm not going to fear it, but I'm going to respect it. I'm going to make sure I do all my protocols and not be with people who are sick and stay at home and do those kinds of things. So that's what I'm doing to make sure that I'm healthy and safe for my family and my community.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I think so we're going to stop talking about my brother because he's now online. I'm just kidding. Right. But I think, yeah, like with this whole pandemic, I see it as we were put into a forced hibernation. And what you do in that hibernation is kind of up to you. You can do some really good work. You can rest, you can relax, you can do whatever. And like you said, you know, we're going to respect what's going on. You can't control it. That's just, there's no point even trying to control it. You know what? This is your little reminder to say, stop, let's go back. And in light of all the crisis that's going on and all the inequities that have been magnified, like, I really do see this. And I think, Sherry, you kind of hit on it, is that the growth and the potential is incredible. Like, for lack of a better word, it's like an indigenous renaissance. And I know that's kind of like a wrong mishmash of words, but we really are coming into our own, right? We're finding our communities, we're finding the people that we connect with. And like, even that understanding of community and relationships, right? And who we engage with, we wouldn't have been able to have these conversations. You know, we would be like, oh, I can't, you know, I'll see you guys at that conference. And you go to the conference and you never get any there, right? So it really is like, I don't know. I think it's incredible. You know, we're all hibernating in our own little spots, doing what we need to do. But at the end of all this, like, I don't know, it's like, it's going to be, I don't know. I think it's pretty cool. Like, I know in our teachings, we have the fire prophecy. And I think we're actually making some great footsteps and patterns for that next generation to come up, and the generation after that, right, to come up and to kind of follow through. And I know I was worried, like 15 years ago, starting this work, I was like, I don't know if I can do it, but I love this. I love this time because it gave us a chance to do this great work and to say, we're going to move forward together, right? Like Renee was saying, is that you hold hands, you come together as a community, you know. Seniors, our old folks, our elders, our adults, we'll call ourselves adults, you know, our kids and our grandkids. Like, we really are going to be a force to reckon with. And we do it with such, I don't know, purity, I guess, is maybe a word. I don't know if it's the right word, but I think that's what it is. So yeah, so I'm excited. And like I said, I'm good with another 6 months, 8 months of this quiet to really put everything in place. That's me.
Awesome. It is you. I love you. And your brother. I don't know, for me, I think everything that you guys said, again, like, it's a ditto for me and my family, and everything that we're doing. What resonates with me is for what we've done and what we build with Grandmother's Voice, where we are as just a unified body of people who are just trying to create opportunities for people to connect to culture, you know, to come together and have experiences that will change, create change, offer things that maybe that, you know, again, a conversation I had with Gail, we were on the phone for a while today, but we talked about a lot of even the prophecies, Grandmother's Circle the Earth, Grandma Renee, that you guys have been a part of for many years, with Indigenous grandmothers from all over the world that are actually seeing this shift that they have been praying about, inspires me. This is what is like, I love to be a part of those conversations and those knowings that this is actually, they're seeing a shift and they're alive to see this shift and be a part of it. And then also, you know, being able to still maybe, I like I don't want to say resurgence. I don't even know where that word came from, but like just being able to show up in the technology world and still be able to offer their voices from that space. And so I think that that's really important because, you know, thinking about what Grandmother's Voice and the purpose of, and that we've really tried to, what is it? You know, we knew we had to do something. We didn't know what it was, you know, and our society and our community demands us to be able to tell them, are you a corporation? Are you an organization? Are you a nonprofit? We're like, no, man, we're just a bunch of women doing what we need to do. This is what you're putting pressure on us to tell us we have to be a certain way. And we're just like, we're just doing it. We're bringing people together to do what these grandmothers have been telling us to do for many years. And so, like, I feel like that is, you know, is what needs to really be shared, because I know that it's time. for everyone to have all of these experiences that Sherry and Tammy, you were just saying. And I really, my wish for 2021 is that people can actually really use the intelligence, right? The knowledge that's being shared about how important Mother Earth is. And these are just, very basic. That's Renee, what you've taught me from the beginning. These are just very basic, simple rules of love in living, that are really important to society to keep us healthy. So I'm excited for 2021 just to see. I'm always excited about life. So, you got nothing to say, Renee? Come on.
I'm so grateful that we can give words to lift as they say, this is the roles of all the grandmothers and the grandfathers, were to almost say to them, look at how long we've been here, and this is how long you can be here. We used to look at 50 as being old. Now I'm looking to thinking 150 is old, because I want to get there. Because when we look at, we like the challenge, and lately a lot of our families haven't lived long because they've lost their instruction. So now the Creator's given us time to renew ourselves, renew our instructions of self-care. And so I said, in this time, I'm looking at 2021 as another step of more to learn. You know how you have that bucket list? Well, I keep having it. I have 99, then I do something, then I have to add in 99 again because I do it. Then I have to add 99 again. So I never get to do it 100 because I still have to do 99 all the time because I keep achieving one thing each time. And so, and we were talking about that, my sisters and I, and today is my sister's birthday, and she said, wow, I'm as old as Dad when he passed away. And I went, wow. I says, look at, we're older, that we're past what our mother was, we passed what our aunties were. And so this is the support we're getting from them, the motivation to do things in a good way, and we were talking about how everybody in our family is starting to, well, they have been, is learning how to be on that path of wellness, of peace, power, and righteousness, how to learn how to eat well and to exercise and to do all these things. I said, prayers have been answered. Look at how long our grandmothers have been praying that the kids get up and move around. And so play is what we like doing. And no matter how old you are, take time to play. That is my words for 2021, because that's one of my 99 lists. I can play. I'm going to do some more playing, and there's a lot of games that I still need to learn. So I'm looking forward to achieving 99 list again.
My cheeks hurt always when you talk. I just can't help it. My heart makes my cheeks, my mouth smile, I guess. I don't know. I like Peggy's like, you're so inspirational, Grandmother Renee, and everybody does say that, and it does, and you are just magic. And everyone, oh, there goes Sherry for a second. On all of them in the basement, I made them hang out there for 30 minutes. I'm like, stay. So they're probably on all their toys down there now. Just to finish up here, everyone, ladies, it's just been really amazing to have a relationship with you, and just to know that that I value your relationship as much as I know you value mine. And so this is really important, that we are here and letting know, even our community and anyone watching, Grandmother's voice is there. We're a group of Indigenous people that continue to grow and just be here to support each other in any way that we can. And if there's anything ever that you need, we are here. So reach out to us through our platform. Watch for like all of the things Sherry's been talking about. We have some really amazing programs and people that we're supporting in 2021. And again, it's just to, stand shoulder to shoulder, hold each other up, just really protect each other and promote each other at the same time and be well, in a mind, body, spirit way. And I'm really grateful for this. And my mom, who's just always here. So that's perfect of grandmother Renee. Magical.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much, ladies, for spending time with us.
Ladies, thank you so much. And
you're welcome. Thanks for having me, guys.
Thanks, Tammy. We'll watch for all that you're doing in your community. We'll book you for mid-January to come back on here and share with everything that you're doing and planning, because you're a rock star over there in your area. And Grandma Renee, well, we just know how much of a rock star you are and all that you do and all that you provide. So,
and keep having fun.
We're having a party over here at our house tomorrow, so you're more than welcome to come. We have our disco ball too. We have to blow that up. We're gonna light up our corner over here. So we'll see you all in 2021.
Yeah.
Okay.
Noah.
Thank you.
See ya.
See ya.
Bye.